Hello, my name is Kauko Vainamo and thank you for the invitation to this virtual seminar. I'm going to tell you about renewable energy technology, which is really good concrete action for the climate change, as well as it's a reasonable way to make local energy for electricity and heat usage. This technology has been developed in Finland, and the roots of the technology is over 100 years ago. At 20s, this first gasification technology pilots was used in Finland for cars, and during the Second World War, there was something like tens of thousands of cars using the gasification technology. But since that, it has been developed by people who has had interest to technology, and the main things what GASEK has been able to develop over the years is mainly three things. First, it's fully automated. You don't need to touch it during the monthly operations. So you have only one break in 30 days where you do the maintenance work, and all the rest of the time it's fully automatic. Of course, you need to add some fuel to make sure that there is wood chips available for the energy production. And another thing is that at the early days there was need to have wood chunks or blocks, and now it's possible to gasify wood chips which has been produced with the commercial chippers. And third thing is that at early days the wood had to be really dry to avoid the generation or production of tar, which gonna spoil the engine. So with our technology, it's possible to use reasonably dry wood material as a fuel. Our approach is that more and more wood is growing in the forest than before, and we are not going to use the best wood from the forest. So there is always the best wood is used for the timber as well as for pulp and paper purposes. But there's lots of wood which is when you harvest the young wood away and keep the forest in good condition, you will get lots of kind of waste wood, and that is a really low cost material for the energy production. And these wood chips are local energy, and we have been streamlined everything that to optimize the production. And I want to remind you that this is the first quality energy, because sun energy and wind energy is second quality energy, because you are not sure whether you are going to get the same capacity every day. It all depends on the weather. GASEK technology is well tested. It is CE marked, and we have several patents in our portfolio for the key developments. And then let's discuss about the fuel, this wood chip production process. First, of course, we need to have forest, and of course we don't use the best wood from the forest. We just use the young wood and trunks which you are harvesting and cleaning up from the forest. Then transportation, and when you do this in the wintertime or springtime and keep the wood in piles, the sun will dry them over the summer, and if you cover it with paper or plastic, in most cases at the end of the summer this wood is ready for the gasification without additional drying. So it is close to 20% moisture level and good to go for the energy production. Then it will be chipped, and then it will be transported to the power plant. And when the gasification is done, approximately 2% of the mass there will be ash residues, and that's very important fertilizer for the forest. So we always recommend to spread it back to the forest. So there's very valuable compounds for the trees to renew and grow new forest. And in the center we have a calculation that let's assume that you will produce 50 kilowatt level electricity 24/7 full year. So then you need to have 2,000 cubic meters of wood chips, and this amount equals an annual forest management yield from the area of 250 hectares. So what actually means that you can have all the wood chips what you need in the 1 kilometer radius around the plant for the 20 years, because the forest is growing every year and you just keep cleaning up the young wood from the forest. So you don't need to get this the wood material too far away. And our solution is very simple, such that we are trying to make everything factory ready, and we provide all the equipment needed for the customer for the local production. And this power plant is fully automated. It has an automated grid connection, so it connects automatically to the main grid, and there is a heat pipes, and it gives the heat, excess heat for the local area heat grid. And if there is no demand for the heat, there is heat transfer units which then ventilates the excess heat to the air. And it's really fast commissioned. It's prefabricated in the factory, so the project time, ramping back time in the site is really short. Let's talk about some further details. We have here one product concept. It's 100 kilowatt concept. It means that the maximum capacity for the electricity is 100 kilowatts in the sea level. So it's a little lower when you go up, but not radically. It has 2 engines, 2 generators, and you can get up to 200 kilowatts heat out of the power plant. However, if you don't have dry wood available there in the plant, there can be wood chip drying conveyor, and that takes about up to 50% of the heat for drying the wood to be suitable for the gasification. And the engine is very normal diesel engine, which is converted to the wood gas use. It's very reliable and a well-known engine in Europe. So there's all the consumables for the maintenance is available. Automation is done with ABB PLC and SCADA system. So there is a remote data collection and monitoring. So we know all the time that what's going on, and there is a predictive maintenance algorithms used that we know very early that when there is a need for different things. For example, most of the challenges in the production is that the wood chips material is not according to specification. It means that there is too much sawdust, or there's too high moisture level, or there is too large wood chunks which can block the conveyor, or there can be even stones or other obstacles. And 90% out of the time when there is a problem or the plant shuts down, the reason is that the wood chips has not been according to the specification. We can do different level noise insulation. So if needed, we can do it less than 50 decibels, which is really low noise solution. Monthly maintenance, and And in this concept, the left part in the picture is the engine room, and the right side is wood chip silo for around 100 cubic meters of wood chips, and the weight for that is about 40 tons. So it means that there needs to be a good solid concrete foundation under the power plant. All European woods are good for the gasification, and the key criteria is that it's dry enough, less than 20% moisture level, and then of course there is no excess size of particles that would stack in the conveyor. So really low cost material from the forest, and really good for the energy production. And I made a business case example for the Swiss market, and in assumptions, this is that if some forest owner invest into this kind of power plant and starts to sell the energy, the wood chip cost is actually very low. It's only about harvesting and shipping cost, because this material is not usable for the timber and pulp and paper industry. So I expect that the cost level is in the range of 5 francs per megawatt hour. And based on this calculation and simulation, the result is that the return of investment over 70 years is actually 26%, and discounted cash profit during that period is more than 200,000 francs, and that has been discounted over the average of 3% discounting interest rate. So actually the payback of this kind of power plant is in 5 years, and that's really short compared to the other utility investments. So this is a very attractive investment from the financial point of view, as well as concrete climate action. And what I want to highlight here is that this gasification really produces clean gas, and it's even cleaner when we filter it before it goes to the engine. So basically what is going up out from the chimney is water vapors and CO2 and renewable CO2, and such there is no dust particles flying around. So in that sense, it's a really clean solution in addition to being a renewable energy source. And if I summarize the benefits for the proposed solution, is that of course fast ROI and significant annual energy cost reduction for residents with the one solution. I don't know whether there is tariffs available or grants, but that will even improve the situation in the Swiss market. And this is a really concrete action against climate change. So, for example, this example case alone means that it would lower fossil CO2 emissions by more than 550 tons annually, and that's quite a huge amount of CO2. And in addition, when we compare it to the burning diesel or running diesel generators, it reduced the local sulfur emissions by 440 pounds per year. And in addition, ash and biochar can be used as a clean soil amendments in local greenhouses or as a fertilizers in the local forest areas. And as we have been seeing recently, there has been lots of forest fires globally, and one of the reasons is that the forests are too dense. There is too much trees growing, so every 20 years there needs to be cleanup for the actual waste wood away, the young wood away, that there is room to grow for the better timber quality, and that's kind of reduced the fire forest risks as well. And of course, this is work for the local people when they harvest the wood from the forest, as well as prepares the wood chips for the gasification. And this is a very viable solution as an investment, and it can be rapidly deployed over the Switzerland. So I really want to see that it has a good market attraction in the Swiss market. Some words about the GASEK. So GASEK has been founded more than 10 years ago, but the founder has been developing technology already 30 years before the founding of the company. And very early after the founding and the first prototypes, there has been investors invested in the company to accelerate and bring to market technology. And we have been able to deliver this kind of small scale power plants in Finland, as well as large 1 megawatt gasifiers for industrial kilns and ovens, replacing the fuel oil use. And we have been starting now the export business to deliver power plants to export markets. This is the board of directors, and they are as well the main owners of the company, and I'm the CEO of GASEK. And the stakeholders behind the company, this VNT Management, has several funds for the renewable energy technology. They have a really interesting and valuable portfolio of companies. They have been invested to commercialize new innovations what comes to the energy production. Their investment is a clean tech and health technology focused fund, and then they have the mission to make real actions to stop the climate change. And this Gulliksen family, this old gentleman, Johan Gulliksen, Professor Gulliksen, is well known globally in the pulp and paper business and pulp and paper technology, and his son Gulliksen, Johannes Gulliksen, is running the family investment company, and they are really they have the mission as well to make the impact to the energy technology and to provide opportunity to bring market new technologies for the renewable energy. But that's basically all about GASEK. Please visit our webpage for further information, and here is my contact information. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and we can have a web meeting to clarify requirements and possibilities in more details, and then we can give you the commercial offer for the power plant investment. Thank you once more for this opportunity, and let's keep in touch.